just hiking on this ridge. Ken and I hiked in here 4 miles, set up camp, and we just split up, but I got, looks like a chalky elk shed right down here. Not sure how old it is. Looking pretty pink. Maybe an old 6-point. That thing's super pink. But that's a pretty nice bull. Just been here for like 10 to 12 years. Real nice antler. Look how bladed he is right there on his beam. Just busted off. Well, I'm gonna throw it on the pack for now, but it may not make the hike out of here. Well, I've been hiking for about 5 hours. I have not found an antler for the last 3 hours. But can you see what I'm walking up on right now? That's the first thing I spotted. And there's the match right there. Looks like a freaking stud set. Hell yes. Look at that bull. Oh man. Hell yes. Look what I just found. Look at the third. That's a freaking stud bull. Look at that thing just sitting there. Picture perfect. I love how that beam drops down. It's not a super long beam on that side. Let me set this camera up. Let's get this picked up for you guys, and then I probably ought to start thinking about heading back to camp. Hopefully Ken's getting into them. Well, that's what we're looking for right there. My gosh, that's heavy. Look at that bull. It's picture perfect. Super red color. Surprises me we're in this we're in this burn and he's not black. That thing's heavy. That's got to be like a 12-pound antler. Let's get this other side. My gosh. Look at this thing. That left side is gigantic. Super sweet beam. Hell yes. Look at that bull. That's why we're in here. Well, I've been looping around trying to find his buddies. There's a lot of sign in here. Ouch. But I don't see any more browns. So let's just get back to the pack. Throw these on there and get the hell back to camp. Try it all over again tomorrow. But I'm super jacked, guys. Gorgeous. I wish he matched. I wish this beam was better on this right side, but what's amazing is I don't think he really has any busted points, just barely the tips are off. I just barely heard a bull run off. I'm right next to an old trail. Got another old shed. Just a little 6-pointer. Maybe this is kind of a little zone that Ken and I need to hit tomorrow. So let me throw this on the pack. This one went through the fire a couple of years ago. Just making it back to camp. Looks like Ken found all the antlers. Rotten chalk, huh? Dude, that's awesome. That's a set. Another set, probably. Nice work, dude. This is our camp. There's the shed getter himself right there. Here's the shed dogs. They're barking at me. Well, let's get the pack off. Well, just sat down to glass. And this is not the route I wanted to go, but I've got, let me see if I can find these in frame. There's one shed, one elk shed right there. And then there's another in the wide open right in there, and then I think its match is right down below it. So that's 3 right there that I glassed up in the last 10 minutes. They're not brown, they're all white. I don't want to hike over there if they're chalky, but hopefully they're hard white, and maybe there's something else in there. All right, I see the first antler over there. I'm hoping it's not chalk, but there's a lot of good sign on this ridge too, like the right age. Tracks are in the mud. So I might be able to find a brown over here. Please be hard white. Don't be chalky. Don't be chalky. It's chalky. I mean, I can see this one with my, that's a good bull too. Wow, good third. That would have been a nice one. I could see that with my naked eye from over there. And then the match is just right down over there. Let's throw on the pack for now. It may not make the trip back to camp. And hopefully there's some browns on this side. Might be the other side. Might just be another old one. That one's super old. That's the right side. It's probably the match. They're both just super old and chewed on. Matched them up. And the other one's down here to the right. Well, I hate to find them like this. Look like a deadhead. I'm looping around in here. There's a sign all over. Looks like an old one. Old and chalky. I don't know if it's worth cutting those things off or what. Not a bad bull. Just chewed on, been here a long time. Well, there's the third one. They're glassed up. Just an old chalker as well. Thought for sure this one was hard white. They're all good sheds. They all weigh probably, I don't know, 6 to 10 pounds. Well, I got 5 big antlers on my pack already. They're all chalk, but they're all super heavy. I'm not gonna carry those around all day, so I'm gonna load this up, hike back to the trail. I'm not too far from there, maybe a mile. I'm gonna take this bottom up, and maybe I'll pick up something else. But there's a ton of sign on this ridge. I'll probably come back over here, see if I can't turn something up. Well, not looking too good down here. I don't think there's any elk sign really. Just some little coos deer sheds. Pretty sweet coos buck. Nice one. Really nice one on that side, just busted. Might keep that. Take it back to camp at least. Well, I tried to saw those antlers off and break out the skull, but I ended up breaking off the antlers instead. I think there's another old one. Super old one over here. It's just a Coues graveyard down here. Well, let's get out of here, see if we can find some elk. I don't want to be picking up this chuck garbage shit. See an old elk shed down here in this Coues graveyard. It's gotta be super old and chalky. Everything down here is like 10, 12 years old. That's a decent 6-point. Well, it's not really much of a shed, but it's a hard white. It's better than all this chalk shit we've been finding. Maybe there's something else on this trail. Might be a hard white Coues shed. Just busted off on his beams. Got some good mass. Well, that's a good sign. There's just nothing on this ridge. Hopefully I pick up some more stuff. Well, I'm just making it back to my stash from this morning. I'm gonna stash a few more sheds and see what else I can go pick up. Camp's not too far from here, so I'm gonna leave some more sheds right here. Well, just making it back to camp. Got our chalk graveyard here. Ken found a giant bull 2 years off of him, 10 years and 11 years ago. Everything is just so damn old. And then some guys were in here on horses and cleaned house because they picked up all the easy stuff. All right, it's 10:30. It's been 3 hours since we left camp. Been trying to get back up here where I picked up that brown set just on the other side of this ridge, but I was just glassing, and right through this opening I can see some tine sticking up. I'm hoping it's a brown. It could be a hard white. It looks like it's got a little bit of color, but I'm gonna try to remember that dead standing tree there, the black one, and it's right over there just below it. It's one thing to spot them, it's another to hike over there and be able to find this thing. I was over on those rocks glassing. I think I might have finally found it. I can see a tine or two sticking up. Looks like a brownie. Hopefully his other side's in here somewhere. This is not too far from that other bull that I found. Left side brown. A little bit of blood on the base. Light color surprises me in this burn. Just another nice bull. Nothing giant, but we'll take it. A little bit of blood on the base. Let's see if we can turn up the other side. Maybe his buddies are in here somewhere. I just picked up that left side brown just right over there. Just been following a trail because I came from there. I thought maybe he came this way, and I just matched him up. Can't show too much background, but there he is. Just matched him up. Not a bad bull. Hopefully he's got some buddies in here that he was shedding with. Just can't believe how light colored he is for this burn area. All right, there's the right side. I think he's smaller on this right side. bad bull. Not a giant. 315 maybe, 310. I'm not real sure what that is. Looks like a super old chalky shed maybe. I left my pack back behind me and I'm just looping around. Let me turn this off. Just a super old chalky ragger. Went through a fire. I think it's probably just gonna stay here or get hung in a tree. Well, I had just made a decision to start hiking this way. Just happened to look back. Barely caught that brown. Hell yes, just a little one. Another 6-point. Big old base on him. Thing's not so little anymore. Looks heavy. Well, let's mark him on the map. Maybe I can find his other side in here. Let's do a pickup video. Little one. That thing's freaking heavy. Look at that base. Nice bull. Hell yeah. Good fronts, just a weak back end. Long beam. Heavy, heavy. Heavy brown. Well, it's not the color we're looking for. I think it's old and chalky. But there's an old elk shed down there. But I'm hoping to gain some elevation and that there's some browns up in here somewhere. If it's mostly there, I'll probably pack it out. If it's old and busted, it's gonna stay. Looks like it's mostly there. It's old, it's pink, it's chalky, but let's throw it on the pack. Oh, I see another old chalker. There's quite a bit of sign in here. Maybe it just got burned, maybe it's not that old. It's got a little bit of brown on it. These fires make them look way older than they are. See how that fire just wipes them out? It's probably a hard white 2 years ago. Just totally burned out. There's so much sign here. I was wondering why I'm not finding any old ones. That's because they're super old. Might make the pack for now. Lots of old chalk. Lots of old ones, that's for sure. Hiking this little trail and I see my first shed of the day. It's like an old giant 2-point. That's pretty cool. Big 2-point. Well, let's see what else we can turn. Some steep shit in here. Well, it's 10:30. Been hiking for about 3 hours. Got my first elk shed of the morning. Just hanging right here in some cliff rows. Looks like it's about 2 years old. I don't know if someone set it there. Something's been walking all over it, chewing on it, but let me mark it on the map, throw it on the pack. Going through this little draw. And we got a 20-year-old chalky rag. Not what we're looking for. Well, it's been a little while. It's been a slow day. I think This is an old chalk. Busted off. Probably the other side right there. Got a right and a left. Well, I was up there. Tons of sign, just not finding much. I just found that hard white, but I'm down here at the bottom. Just picked up that side-by-side set. Not what we're looking for again. Just an old chalker. Well, been in sign all day. I thought it was just a busted off piece. It's actually a shed antler. That's crazy. Well, found a brown today. Maybe I can match him up. He might have carried the other side too far. The trail's just down there. I left kind of a stash pile. Then I came up this way, did a big loop. Have some service up there, checked in with the wife. Been hoping to find just one more shed. And I think I just did it. And the best shed of the day, too. Hell yes. It's older, it's chalky, but that's my best shed of the day. It's been a pretty shitty day. Right at the end of the day. Hold off, one last shed. It's old and chalky, but I don't care. That's what we've been looking for all day. Just haven't had much luck. But let's go grab the pack. It's just down here, and let's get back to camp. Well, just making it back to camp. Or the chalk graveyard. It was not a fun day. Hiked my butt off for hardly anything. I mean, I still found like 8 or 9 sheds. Just nothing of quality. 2 hard whites, but they're both busted off. And just picked up that big chalk at the end, but just not a fun day. Well, it looks like we're leaving $1,000 or more worth of chalk here.
Bumped into the guys.
I was about to go hit another spot and bumped into Martin Chag out here.
Yeah, I saw you guys 2 days ago at the trailhead, your truck, so I figured we'd bump into each other at some point.
Yeah, Martin got into a pile of some browns. I was just showing him some of our browns and our chalk graveyard here.
I mean, chalk sucks because you can't really pack it out, but still some beast antlers. That's cool to see you guys got into them.
Yeah, it's been a fun trip. But yeah, we're hiking out too. We're getting ready to bail out. I was just gonna go hit it for another 2 hours. Just, you know how it is. It's like you're already in here 4 miles. It's like,
oh yeah. Then that's usually when you get into them, and then you got to stay another day.
yeah. Yeah, it's just almost perfect. The thirds are freaking amazing. It's got a little bit longer beam on the left side.
Yeah, it's a beautiful bull. That makes the trip right there.
Yep. All right, we're getting ready to pack out of here. Martin's pack. Ken's showing off this big bull he found. Sucks that he's busted on that G1 and the G5 back there, but heavy set. Super cool bull. But yeah, I just didn't get into a whole lot of browns. I found those 5 browns, that one awesome set. If you find the stash pile, you know where we've been. It's time to get strapped up and hike out. All right, packs are loaded. Tracker's limping. We're ready to get out of here. It's already starting to get hot when it hit the trail.
Yeah, that's good training for like the type of lifestyle you have. Hiking a lot. I can get some hard.
Oh, just taking a break. Cooling off, getting some water. Getting ready for this pack out of here. Got one kind of uphill push and then it's flat mostly on the way out, but been a fun trip. Wish we would have got into some more browns, but just didn't quite find the pockets. All right, just making it back to the trucks. That was an ass kicker getting out of there. Made it. Well, this is the brown pile so far this year. Had a couple of good sets. Maybe not as many browns as we'd like. A lot of chalk so far this year, but just wanted to show you guys. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to this week's video. Appreciate you guys stopping by the channel to watch it. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family. Make sure you're subscribed. You can subscribe right here on this link if you haven't yet. And you can check out the past 2 weeks videos in the corners. As always, we'll catch you guys on the flip side.